And good Friday, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Today we're flying the Kalimantan Concorde for episode 6 of our Concorde World Tour. I know I'm actually a little bit sorry about the frames and everything. Like they are a little bit stuttery at the moment, but hopefully that gets figured out. Let's actually go into cockpit. Frames are having a terrible time. Let's actually try to get that figured up before we actually get into the aircraft and start flying. So let's actually go and get that up. Yeah, frames are terrible. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll try to figure it out. Okay, task manager not responding. That's great. CPU is like extremely and Streamlabs is not costing that much. If I scroll all the way down, it's like we've got OBS, but OBS is there to pretty much run the stream, and it's like 20.5%, which I understand that since streaming does take, I would say, some part from the processor. But yeah, frames are terrible. The simulator's up and running. Let's actually go ahead and hard frames at now. So as long as it doesn't give me the green, I'm not going to bother starting up stuff because it's just that. Let's go and turn these on. 1, 2. Go over up here. Go over to Concorde for XPLANE. Go over to main GUI menu. Go over here. Fuel and everything. Let's actually go and get that up and running. Go over to payload. British Airways Standard 99. We're gonna pretend that literally I'm in the out family. Shall I return? Alright, thank you, Chief, for tuning by. Also, great trip you had earlier with the Cessna Citation X. Yeah, I think it was the longitude. I'm not too sure, but yeah, Chief, thank you for the like and have fun with your family, man. Okay, let's go and load up the aircraft full. Not that we need to take that much cargo. We can be a little bit more conservative and then take okay, we'll take 3,000 instead. We can definitely climb a lot faster because of that. Let's actually try to modify our fuel to get something a little bit more adequate, such as, okay, fuel is 1267, so let's actually try to go over to, well, that's a controller. Yeah, it's terrible. It's fine. My desk, it's really messy, so we're gonna get that up and running. Okay, controller pretty much fell, but let's actually go over here, reduce the fuel quantity. We're not flying from London to New York or the same route that we did last time, so it's definitely going to be a rather short stream from Bangkok all the way over to Chennai, over the Bay of Bengal. It's going to be really nice. Also, a lot of water, but we have some great scenery for tonight, and hopefully we get a sunrise arrival. Like, the odds are slow because I think we're estimating a flight time of like 1 hour, which it's really short. But and the sun rises in around I think 2 hours, so we'll see, we'll see. I thought you can't, like they really have to fix this. Why can you not change the damn amount of fuel there? Like it really would be a lot better if you could just set it into total there. Then I don't know, it would calculate some stuff, but it's just giving you an average. Right, fuel and everything is sorted. Just had a flight attendant knock on the door, and I had to go out of the cockpit. But everything's looking good. I'll actually continue starting up the aircraft. And what do we have? Let's actually turn on some lights since we need those lights. I think the lights are located around here. Yes, they are. Perfect. I'll get these up and running. Up here, navigation lights, local lights. These over. No smoking lights on. Press static heaters. Do not need them anymore. Well, we're gonna need them, but at the moment we're not going to enable them. Let's go down here and tune the lighting. Do something a little bit more better. Okay, that works. Definitely does the trick. I'll go over here, go over to the ground power. I do not think we have ground power connected, so it's actually going to take care of that. Go over to doors and ground, GPU, conveyors. Yeah, sure, we'll get that up. Cargo and everything up and running. Looks good. Fuel truck. Yeah, we'll get that up and running for realism, I guess. Stairs, fridge, we'll get that also, and pretty much we're ready. We'll go over here, set this to close. Looks good, looks good. What else do we have to do? Oh yeah, these. I've flown Concorde so many times, I already know what to do. It's so, people say that's a hard aircraft to fly, and at the beginning, of course it is, but once you get the hang of it, it really is a interesting aircraft to fly. We'll pop out the Siva Ines and start putting in some coordinates. So let's actually get our initial waypoint. Not our initial waypoint. I think we're gonna be doing a. I think it's like an ILS. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing an ILS since frames are bad. Yeah, not because of frames. Like I'm trying to think, why are we doing an ILS approach? Oh yeah, we're doing it because visibility is not the best there. But we'll go over to Bangkok, to Chennai, go over to this block fuel. We already have the fuel and everything loaded. We just have to get the waypoints and all. We're not going to enter any waypoints now. We just have to pretty much get our initial waypoint, which is actually we'll get this on this view, and we're going to fill out some of them. So first waypoint is what's our first waypoint looking like? It is 13549 East 100363. Perfect. And for now we're going to click on align, and that should do the trick. Align, align. Okay, can you just align? Okay, there we go. Okay, everything should be going up and running. We'll wait for these to turn green, and then we can engage the thing to navigation. But for the time being, let's actually go and put my joystick on the floor, since I need this extra moving space to at least enter some more waypoints more easily. We're gonna go over to waypoints and everything, enter our first waypoint. So I think so far it wants us going over to Bangkok, the Bangkok VOR, but I'm not too sure about that departure, because I'm thinking let's actually brief this, of course. Okay, so we have this airport there, and then that's a Bangkok VOR, and then it wants us turning immediately after departure. I would rather like to, I guess, tune over to that VOR, tune over to that, and then fly over here. Then I guess try to track this ADF, and then from that ADF, we pretty much direct to a waypoint. Really would make, like, we could still do that. Actually, we'll do that. We will definitely do that. Alright, let's go over to this, go over to charts. Bangkok VOR, which is, what's our Bangkok VOR looking like? 13536 East 100. 358. Okay, perfect. That's first waypoint down. And then we have Delta Whiskey India, which is 14060 East. Okay, it's 098124. Perfect. What do we have now? And then we have this waypoint. Okay, that's the one that I think is around the middle of the Bay of Bengal. So let's actually go and input that 12237 East 94250. And don't tell me that's all of it. Okay, so that's a Chennai Oceanic. That's great. And then we have some waypoints here. So we'll actually go over to, I think we're going to be able to do the entire flight plan without having to worry about putting in waypoints like I think we had to last time. Like, we're not flying a star or anything. So, and it is pretty much really easy to it. Like, I'd rather do a radar vector arrival rather than a, I guess, what's the normal one, which is the star arrival, since, you know, you don't have VNAV, and, you know, I'd rather do that. It's definitely a lot more smoother of a task than having to literally clear out all of the waypoints just to enter. I think we didn't have to enter that. Let's actually go over to that. 110930. Okay, we didn't have to enter that. Okay, then it's 110, and then it's East 92000. Okay, that's great. We'll go over to the next page, and we'll actually enter our final waypoint, which I believe is Ideaso, and then we pretty much direct to that. Arrival into here, it's definitely going to be, I guess, rather simple, since it's going to be pretty much radar vectors, and, well, not radar vectors, we're probably just going to be flying VOR to VOR. You know, it's really, really interesting the way that we're going to be doing this. 125. Well, it's not interesting because I think we did that way for this airport. So let's actually go there and pretty much get everything up and running. On our flight plan, it's pretty much filled. So, you know, all we have to wait for now is the IRS, well, not the IRS, the INS, to align. We'll actually take a look at that in our D1000, and we should be able to take a look at pretty much all of the waypoints that we've just entered. Let's actually go over to this. Flight time today, I'm not too certain about it. Let's actually try to get the overlay here. So departure ICAO, which is VTBD. And then it's arrival airport, which is VOM. And then it's British Airways 1475. That's our call sign for today. And that should do the trick. Sometimes the overlay does not want to pop up, like right now. So let's actually go over to that. Flying history, yeah, exclamation lurk, and you can go and do that. But, you know, welcome history. Congrats. I don't know if I should congratulate you for the rebrand that you did, but yeah, history, welcome to the stream. Okay, what do we have? Concorde World Tour, 3 people watching. Hell yeah. Hope you have a nice flight. Yeah, I would recommend you watch a landing though, since, you know, Concorde is really, really an interesting aircraft to land, and overlay should be up and running now. I don't know why it's not going there. It should be there, but it isn't. So yeah, we're not going to bother with the overlay if it's really just going to give us so many bugs. So, goodbye overlay. Everything looks good. We'll go over to this. Wait for that to align. It's definitely, okay, frames just died. That is terrible. Okay, I'll just pretty much get rid of the overlay, and yeah, since we're not going to use that, and that is definitely going to kill some frames. Let's actually go an Alt 4 from that, and that should do the trick. And 4 people watching, welcome. If you haven't done so already, like the stream. You know, I think we're aiming for 10 likes, and, you know, I think 215 by the end of the week. Nah, that's a bit too ambitious. 215 by the end of July. You know, it's oh no, yeah, that's even more ambitious. Hope you have a nice flight. So I'm learning the PMG DC-66. I'm exhausted. Can't imagine a Concorde. Um, the DC-6, like, it's an aircraft that it's really interesting. Nor do I have an interest. It's the same with the with the Tupolev 154. It's a really interesting aircraft. Really difficult. But I don't have an interest in it. But the DC-6, really, like, it's great that PMDG, they pretty much focus on economies of scale, and they didn't pretty much price their aircraft extremely expensive. So it's actually going to turn these on. Circuit breakers 1, 2, 3. We'll get the QNH up and running. Initial climb as always. We'll set it to, okay, we'll set it to 8,000. Yeah, 8,000 should do the trick. Speed 250, under 10,000. We'll get it up and running. I don't think we're going to be doing reheat for this takeoff. Well, not takeoff, for this departure. Mostly because, you know, it does burn a lot more fuel. Not that I really care much about fuel efficiency, because we're flying a Concorde, and, you know, if we want it to be fuel efficient, we really wouldn't be flying this aircraft. But that's just a VTBD, and that should give you that. And QNH is 1007. 1007. We'll get the pitch index set in just a second. Pitch index right around here. That looks nice. What do we do? Let's go down here and also set it on this. It's not like the aircraft is going to yell at you, like, it doesn't yell at you for not having it in sync like other aircraft, such as, well, it doesn't yell at you in order to display something on the ECAM. So, you know, it is definitely what it is. Fuel and everything looks good. Wait for the IRS, well, the INS to align, and I don't know. Apparently, the way you do it is that you go over to distance and time. Okay, I think it's XT. Where does it tell you? Okay, that's heading. Okay, status. Yeah, the closer this gets to 0, that means the amount of time. Yeah, the closer it gets to 0, it means pretty much the time there. We'll turn on flight computers 1 and 2. Comms coming up. 122 decimal 8. We're not VATSIM today. Never really had anybody join me on the Concorde World Tour. Hopefully we can change that next leg, which will be on Friday next week. But you know what to say, we'll set the QNH to 22, well, not 2200. We'll set it the this thing, which is the transponder. Yeah, thing. And I think we have ident. That's great. What else do we have? We have trim. I really have never bothered with the trim. Really haven't. And it does work. So that was great. And I think this does. What does this do? Pretty much just controls the amount of, yeah, pretty much just controls how much a throttle can move. I don't know I'm going to reset that, because if I pretty much, yeah, we're going to leave it at that. It really doesn't matter if we burn more fuel than we have to, nor does it matter if the, okay, INS is pretty much ready to go. We're going to get that set. Navigation, and we'll wait for the final one, which should be right around here. INS is pretty much ready to go. We'll actually request pushback. I think the runway that we're departing, since it would make life a lot more easier, we're actually departing. How do you zoom in on this? So, zoom in. How do you do this? Oh, you do it like that. Hell yeah, that's great. Let's actually do something that does not have the aircraft go backwards. Okay, that works.
All right, Captain, got the directions.
That looks good. Fuel pumps 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll actually run through the checklist just to verify that we didn't miss anything, which sometimes does happen on me. So let's actually go over to GUI, go over to checklist menu. Brakes, park, throttle, pre-flight scan, boarding, rack, heading, roof lights, scan, landing gear, standby lever, guard it. What if I click on that? Oh, okay. That's not ideal. We do not want to bring up the landing gear. Radar off. Emergency nose, visor, Cates off. Landing gear normal. Gear override, guarded, visor as required. Okay, auto ignition off. ADS, prohibitions. Yeah. Rammer turbine. As a matter of fact, they are working on version 2, so you know you can expect that. Technical log. Check ground power on. Main batteries on. Equipment bay cooling set. Oxygen panel. Check. We are not relying on the emergency systems for now. During master heaters, check and set, INS navigation, air data computers, equipment, cooling, and everything. That should do the trick. We'll actually request pushback. Air data computers on, emergency equipment, no smoking, passengers, master CBs all check, oxygen check, flight control inverters, radio INS, set that to radio, because that's what we're doing today. What else do we have? Altimeters check and guarded, audio panel COM 1 set. Brakes, spark check, navigation light as required, throttle masters, main / alternate. We're going to use main for today. I don't know the difference. I really should, but there really isn't any good source for that. Fuel heaters, I think I set it to automatic, which it should be. Automatic is fuel heaters set to automatic, perfect. INS navigation, it's all ready. Load sheet checked, load limits, takeoff data, start clearance, door lights. Let's actually do that real quick. Let's actually go over to aircraft, close all of these doors. Let's actually go and turn these off. Let's actually start up engine number 3 first, close all of these, and that's currently the plan. So far everything looks good. Door lights, master switch, anti-collision lights
Like the doors and
on,
hatches are
good.
closed and we're ready to
Throttle
connect.
levers, engine fuel pumps, good. Bleeder source. Right, let's go and start up the aircraft. So turn these on. What else do we have? Fuel pumps already running. What else do we have? That is set. Let's actually set this to ground bypass. And I think we should be pretty much ready to start up engine number 3. We'll wait for the engine to reach around 12%, and we'll introduce some fuel. 12%, great, and we'll give it some fuel. Hydraulic pump, electric generator, engine bleed. Oh, I forgot, I did talk about hydraulics, because I know you have to verify that if you're not using it, you have to set this to yellow, and then these off. But there is a mod for it, and it does make the aircraft quote-unquote study level. Don't understand why you would call it study level, since it is a since it is really a older aircraft, and I do not see any person or any entity buying this aircraft, to be honest, since all of them are in the museum. I don't see them retrofitting them, and you know, they belong in the museum. They did a great. They really showed. They showed what the airline industry could have been, but you know, it wasn't that much of a commercial success. It was good for the airlines because they could use that to pretty much brand and all, but you know, stuff like that's the stats. So relay to wait for that to come offline. Wait for that to reach around 62%. Looks good. Track heading. Let's actually try to get that up and running. I think we're taking 2-3 for departure. So we'll go ahead and set this to, I think it's 2-3. 2-3. Okay, so it's 2-3. So it's 2-1. So we'll set that to. I'll set that to 2-1. What's the cruise 09er? 09er. Okay, there we did it again. 09er, everything looks good. Set this to heading. Track heading looks good. We'll actually go down here. The engine should be up and running, so we should pretty much be ready for taxi already. So let's actually go over here. Set this off, conditional. Give it the electrical generator that it needs. I'll verify that pretty much everything is out of the way before we start our pushback. So goodbye. We don't need the GPU anymore. That's up and running. Electrical generator looks good. Generator 3 coming online. Trip. We're not using ground power anymore. And pretty much, let's go and click on this. My mom's calling me, I'll be right back.
Here comes the pushback.
For the Cadillac, I think I'm gonna have some food at cruise, so let's actually go ahead and turn these off. 1, 2, get this one up and running. Sorry that I haven't been that active, so it's actually gonna turn this on. Actually, we'll do that, because why not? We'll go down here, and then we'll start up the engine. So 1 and 4 starting. Wait for that to reach around 12%. It should reach there any second now. We'll lower the visor in just a second. 12%, 13% looks good. Introduce some fuel. And you know, there we go. I guess if I really wanted to, I really want to do a sunrise arrival, and we really could do that, but The way things are looking, frames are terrible. Please bear with me. Really, I'm sorry about that. So let's actually go and set this to nighttime, because as far as I'm aware of, we're gonna be in the air for around 1 hour. So pretty much that's just that. Everything looks good. Initial climb is 5,000. Parking brake can be set
Just
any
about
second
done
now.
here. Go ahead and set your
Perfect.
parking brake.
Great. What else do we have? Iris,
And
Ines
we're
is set.
disconnecting,
Chrono
so
set
give me
on.
just a moment.
Everything looks good. Reheat coming to off. We're not using that for today. And we're pretty much ready to go. Disconnect this. What do we have? Let's actually go ahead and go over to roof lights. We'll turn it on. Flight deck door, normal. iPhone, yeah, we'll turn that on as well. I don't know. We don't need the cabin, the phone cabin there. So let's actually turn these on. This on. Fuel. Set this to takeoff. The air tanks coming on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks good. These are not required, so that's great. 1, 2, 3. Everything looks good. I believe the engines are running already. So let's actually go up here. Go over to this. I'm sorry if the stream is absolutely laggy. It's internet and PC, but you know, PC is not that big of a factor. We'll turn these on, and on they go. On, and we'll turn this one and on. Alright, pretty much we're ready to go as far as I'm aware of. Let's check the... Yo, is this the new update? Not yet. Not yet. Hopefully they release that, and they said it's going to be payware or something like that. They say little to no price. So that's just that, and my mouse just ended up dying, which is really unfortunate because I needed to charge. The Concorde looks so different. Though it looks the same. I don't know. It really looks the same if I have to be honest with Libyan. Welcome to the stream, my man. Hope all is well. You know, it's just that. I think we should be ready to go. Let's actually go up here. We'll turn these on. Really is going to be really bright up here. So we're going to lower that. Set this around 5 degrees, so that's great. 8,000 vertical speed, we'll set that to around 4,000 feet per minute. We're quite light today, so we could definitely afford that. I'm really sorry how freaking laggy the stream is. You know, that's just that. Autoland, we're not. I think they're going to implement Autoland in the next update, and that's way too brighter than my future. So I'm kidding. Terrible joke. So let's actually go over to landing lights. We'll turn that off. Yeah, that looks better. So if we turn this back on 9, it should be a lot better. It's just that the aircraft is pretty much light up like a... It's lighted up like a freaking Christmas tree. We'll turn auto ignition on, auto throttle 1, 2, 3, and 4 coming on 9. Maybe it's just the night textures. Yeah, the night, like this aircraft really looks really nice in the night. So that might be why. But holy moly, is the aircraft so damn bright. Really is super bright. Let's see, what lights can we do? Anti-collision light. We'll arm these. Okay, we'll arm those. And we're pretty much ready to go super freaking bright. So pretty much let's go ahead and give her some more power. Disconnect the mouse. I think the mouse, it should be able to move a little bit, but we pretty much just have to disconnect that. Just to pretty much connect my joystick, which is what I use to steer the aircraft. But you know, we should be moving it super freaking bright. So let's actually try to turn off one of these. Okay, these do nothing. So that's actually where to main landing light. We really don't need them, so let's actually turn these off, and that should do the trick. And we can rely on these for now. Landing light's not required, so I guess we could rely on these, even though it would be a lot more ideal to turn these on. And pretty much that looks good. Taxi instructions for today. That looks like a taxiway, so we're gonna pretty much taxi straight ahead, line up off I think runway 23 left, no 23 right, and then we're gonna depart. That is currently the plan. As a matter of fact, since I think I moved the guard there, so you know it does limit the movement there. I think we're actually going to be departing a lot faster than expected, so you know that's something to look forward to. We're going to get a nice little beautiful sunrise arrival into tonight like last time. But yeah, it's just frames are absolutely dying. It's telling me that the frames are more like the frames look stabilized now. If you guys could give me a heads up on that, that really would be appreciated. Let's actually go ahead and run through the checklist once more. Turn this on, turn this over to that, go over to this checklist. What do you say? Checklist, rolls visors as required, parking brake release, engine 1, 2, 3, and 4, brake fans on, engine idle state, stall warnings. We're going to test it out right around here. Okay. Looks good. I really wouldn't do this. Like, you would want to do this at the gate, but you know, I guess it works. That works. Trims, everything looks good. CG fuels, engine rating mode, takeoff, auto ignition on. Throttle master, check main alternate. Throttle master, main, drain master heaters on. PTOS, Stratic. The PSH, they're on, so that's great. Air conditioning panel check, fuel stats, anti-skid systems. I'm getting a knock on the door from the flight attendant. I'll be right back. Alright, after the visitor in the flight cockpit, we're actually going to go ahead and take the other runway since I did miss this off. So it's actually going to continue going straight, and then, I'll take off, have some dinner, and that's currently the plan. And I'm possibly about to get... Okay. We could, realistically speaking, do a U-turn and then see how well it goes for us, but, I don't want to take any risks. So let's actually turn the... How far away is the other runway? I guess we could do a U-turn. I'm just a little bit disappointed that we had to pretty much do stuff like that, but that is definitely what it is. 2-1 left, I guess that's our departure runway. I think there really isn't any variation since they're both parallel. So line up here, go toga or whatever it's called. We're not using reheat for today. Reheat's cool and all, but yeah, not today. Not today. Rather be free. Actually, we'll turn that on. We will turn that on. Alright, pretty much everything looks good. We'll light the aircraft up like a damn Christmas tree, and that should do the trick. And pretty much we are about to take off. Okay. Take off monitor, coming on. 3, 2, 1, full throttle. Get your reheats in the chat, and off we go. Holy. Aircraft is accelerating, as you can see. We are, the airspeed's building. Let's try something out. Manual flex, SRS, runway track. There we go. Perfect. 146, and look how fast we accelerate. And up we go. Rotate. And we're out of here. Gears coming up, reheat's coming off. Freaking aircraft is so damn fast. So let's actually go ahead and set this to the auto throttle, or else we're going to be busting the 250 knot speed restriction. Set this to flight. Oh my god, is this aircraft extremely fast. We'll set this auto altitude acquire, set that to land. It really is a struggle trying to fly this aircraft sometimes. We'll go back up here, set this to flight. Lights, we'll leave those on for now. Let's actually try to plan something out, because so far the aircraft really is really fast, and I don't know why they set itself to landing. But we're definitely out of here. Let's actually go ahead and plan something out. I think the way things are looking, I set it to radio at the moment, so let's actually, what can we do? So it was a really nice departure, and I really enjoyed that departure. So let's actually go and try to direct to a waypoint. So what if we do waypoint? Okay, we'll do that one. VTVD. Okay, whatever that one is, that is, I think, our second waypoint. So let's actually go ahead and go over to this, set this to off, and pretty much that should do the trick. don't know why the aircraft is banking to the side. I believe the gear's up, even though sometimes it can not go up, so we'll see. So far, go to charts and everything, go over to Bangkok, Chennai, go over to this. Speed is looking good. Waypoint number 2, which is waypoint number... Okay, we'll direct to waypoint 03. That should be trick, INS, navigation, and set. Is the INS system not working? Why is the INS system not working? I set the navigation. Shouldn't it be flying that out? What the hell just happened? So it's turning, but it's not taking account. Okay, there it is. Perfect. That's great. Waypoint in around 367 nautical miles. We're climbing like an actual aircraft, so let's actually bring this up to around fly level 280, and then we'll start our supersonic climb. I guess I really cannot verify that we are going to be pretty much going supersonic all the way. Let's go and bring the visor up. We do not need that anymore. Seatbelt signs are still on. These can come offline. Landing lights not required for now. And gears up. Positive rate of climb. Looks good. Looks. Okay, out we go, 96%. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Because like if I set it to... Oh, it's supposed to be a throttle referencer. Okay, that's great. That's great. Definitely have to use that to at least plan out my departures more often. We're out of here, 250 knots. Actually about to pass 10,000. The set is to 350 knots, and we're gonna climb up to that. The aircraft, for some rather odd reason, is banking to the left, so it's actually tried to go and direct to 03 again, and it's definitely struggling. I don't know if it's because of the winds. The winds at the moment are... How are the winds at? The winds are blowing to 4. Yeah, the winds are not that bad, so I don't know why the aircraft is doing that. It's probably because we were trimmed out badly, so let's actually try to check that out once again. Aircraft too heavy, yes, aircraft, I understand that. I'll go over to aircraft fuel. Yeah, we're pretty much trimmed out, I guess, semi-equally, so I don't know why the aircraft is banking to the side. Hopefully that does get sorted out, because I'm not cruising the entire flight time all the way like this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're out of here, directing to whatever this waypoint is, and you know, we'll get the music up and running in just a second. Really will say, you all of freaking South America's online. That's great. Okay, we're directed to Lulda, so let's actually go ahead and... I guess we still can, like, we could go faster. Like, the whole point of this is to hold Mach 0.9 or 5 until we're not overland. So, you know, that's going to the plan. Let's go and click on that. How long until we leave land? So, we could use a VOR view. See, this is why I wanted to depart at this time. You know, you can have a beautiful, hopefully the freaking sounds out there, and sounds there. Perfect. As I was saying, Avitab and all, let's actually verify. I want to know when we will reach around here, so we could tune over to a VOR, and that'll give us the nautical miles, and we'll find the amount of time using like formulas and stuff. But we'll go over to maps, go over to this. Do we have anything around here? We've got like that one, so we'll set to 310 on this. I don't know what that's gonna do. So it's 310 to 310. Alright. That's set, so it should at least be tuning over to that. So we have that ADF set up, so that's great. We have DME stuff, so how long? So it actually might be not 90 nautical miles until we reach that. So so far we're looking good. Climb rate is looking also good. I believe the aircraft is able to do 350 knots. Really, it's flying really lighter than normally, because you know this leg is really it's really shorter. I forgot to turn that off. Let's actually go and turn that off for now. I'll go over to this. We'll set that to normal. Set the brake fan to off. I'll set the miss approach, which is 200, since that is going to be our approach into Chennai. Okay, everything looks good. We'll go over to down here. We'll go and take a look at everything, just to verify the checklist. Yeah, the checklist. Let's actually go and run through that. Engine master heater, throttles, mid travel forward, seats and harness, tank fuel. Yeah, we already did all of that. Takeoff, transponder set on, brake temperature, lights, tech master warning, ACFs, autopilot. Yep, autopilot function. I don't know what that stands for, but yeah. Autopilot was already set. Takeoff monitor arm, reheat switches. Yeah, we did that. Pitch index already set. Takeoff clearance, climb rate looks good, 350, and I think we're actually about to reach our top of climb. For at least now, we're going to be holding 280 and Mach 0.9 or 5 until we do go supersonic, which will eventually be around. When are we going supersonic? We're going supersonic. We did tune over some ADFs, and I can assure you that it's definitely the Bangkok VOR. So let's actually go ahead and get something better than that. So let's go over to airport. tune over to something. There has to be a VOR that we can track to at least um, tell us how far away we're from reaching that. But yeah, the VOR has to be that. So it is BKK VOR. So we'll set to 124, and then I don't know, we'll scramble the other one to some random value. Um, but yeah, we should be reaching. Yeah, we should be about to pretty much go over water, and then from water we're gonna engage our supersonic climb, and you know, that's currently the plan. Beautiful. It was a really nice sunrise arrival. Really was. But you know, we're definitely on our way. I don't know why the ADF is not coming online. I did tune it over here. I don't know. Apparently it's so damn ancient, and you can't really do anything around that. But don't know honestly. Where's the ADF on this aircraft? Okay, so you've got cabin altitude there, and then you've got the chrono here, and then I think that was a reheat counter, so that's great. It's great that the first officer, whoever's here, is pretty much taking care of that. Mach 0.86 looks good, looks good. Mach 0.86, let's actually try to accelerate to Mach 0.9 or 5, and we should be about to hold that altitude. Any second now, you should be seeing the aircraft slow down, and we could engage the fuel trim to flight. It's already on flight, so I guess we could set the engine rating to cruise. I don't know if that makes the aircraft a lot more fuel efficient, but you know, we'll see. We will definitely see. Pretty much everything looks good. We are directed over that, and wait until we reach that. We're doing Mach 0.88. Let's actually try to bring that up to around 450. The aircraft, of course, is not going to be able to reach that, so we're pretty much just going to balance it out around Mach 0.9 or 5, which it should be around there any second now. Hold that. And, you know, everything looks good. Mach 0.9 or 5, speed is set. Can you, oh, you can click on that. Wow. That's definitely a odd place to put a EFP, and I'm hoping that there's a way to freaking put it back, because, you know, it is really odd the way that you have to click on that. Please don't tell me that it's gonna stick there and I can't pretty much select any more values. Okay, so you have to click on this little part. That's a really weird click box, but you notice where it is, programs and everything. Avitab looks good. We could go supersonic over land, but you know, we do not want to upset any locals. I think we did go supersonic over Australia, but you know, I'm not gonna count that since it is the outback, and you know, the only things you're gonna be upsetting are kangaroos, and you know, can't complain. I'm gonna have dinner now, so let's actually go ahead and do that right around here. We could go supersonic around here, it's just that we're pretty much directed to Lulda, which is our initial, I guess. That's actually direct to another waypoint, which should, realistically speaking, at least help us out in a manner that we do not have to turn that much with the delta wings and, you know, minimize stress on the wings. So let's actually go over to this. Let's plug in my mouse once again, because it does sometimes lag like that. So waypoint 04, and then we should direct to that 450 nautical miles until we reach that. It's a shame that is this a VOR? No, that's an ADF. That's great. Okay, we'll set to 300 instead. Does that work? We're probably way too far out, so it's not as sophisticated as VORs. So is there not a single VOR that we can use to track? Really? That's really disappointing. Like, there's a bunch around here, but there really aren't any. Oh, there's that one, but it's not like it's any good use for us. So let's actually go down here. Yeah, not a single VOR that we can track to at least get us around the coast. So that's unfortunate. All ADFs. We've got that one, but it really is. So it's 1.6.7. And we're too far out. Okay, perfect. That doesn't matter. We'll just monitor the map here, and you know, we'll ask ATC in the case that we were flying the Concorde, because I'm 100% sure they didn't have GPS and stuff. So you know, you couldn't just pop that up and be like, oh yeah, we are no ETA until we reach the coastline. But let's just let's go and click on that. Re-click on that. I guess we can tune this on for now, since we're not going supersonic you're not going supersonic here. So we'll turn that on, and it looks nice. It's a really nice position for a EFP. Not that I'm going to use it much, but you know, it's nice. It is basically what it is. But 5 likes, guys. Thank you about that. We're trying to reach 215, and you know, I really would appreciate it if we could reach that by the end of August. You know, I think our infinite goal was like 300 by the end of 2021. I don't know if that's going to be attainable. It's really a large milestone, but I believe we can possibly reach that. So far, what do we have? It is with the like 70. Okay, good. Everything looks good. We'll go over to 5 and everything. We'll watch this beautiful sunrise. 280. We are not really over water at the moment, so we just directed to this waypoint, and we should be pretty much headed there. So we'll definitely go ahead and like we don't have to brief the approach already since we're definitely really far out. So this and the C1000. I don't know why I find it so damn comical. So there's a damn G1000, but on the cockpit. That's great. Really is. So I can click on this. Does that show you what's this? What the hell is this? Okay, I think that's fuel bugs. That's great. Now we're really not gonna worry about that. So we're gonna leave that as is, and gonna continue with our flight already. We're actually about to go overland. It's just like this aircraft does accelerate rather quickly. So the moment you go full throttle, the aircraft goes shoom, and then it pretty much shows the Olympus engines that it's got installed in the back. But yeah, that's what's that. And the new update, it looks really good. Textures are being improved. Fuel logic is also good. So really would be great for people that want to fly shared cockpit. And it's also integrating AviTab, so it's also great. Cockpit colors are also being worked on. TB is also going to be worked on. I don't know. Even if they do implement it, I still like this one. I really prefer this one that you can pop out. Like you do Control D, and then you can pretty much get everything there. I'd rather not be like, okay, I'll go down here, and then I'll go and tune into that. Because like I don't know if the default SIVA is any good at all. Like I've just heard stuff about it, and I was like, okay, so if it's that bad, and I've heard so many so many bad reviews on it, then I might as well go ahead and save myself a trouble by just pretty much using my points on the org store. So I pretty much ended up getting that. So QNH, I forgot to set that to standard 29902. As you can see, the aircraft is slowing down to pretty much capture that. 29902. We'll also get that on the other instrument. I would like to know why the aircraft is turning. Really would like to. No charts. What a surprise. But it's really beautiful scenery, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to enjoy the replays. Like, it's going to be really beautiful. You're going to be able to look at the Indian beaches and, the airport and the surrounding area. It's really nice. But, it's just that. What if we try an auto land on the Concorde? That really will be interesting. So I guess we'll take ILS 07 with ILS. Cat 1, I'm surprised they don't have Cat 3, since it is definitely low visibility, at least the last time I flew the 747. I will aim for ILS runway 25, so 25 on the ILS is 109 point... 109 point... What's a 1? So it's 101... Okay, there it is, 25 left. 109.7. Okay, we'll get that up and running. Cruise, we'll set that up here. Since we're not relying on autopilot 2, we're just going to set that up and running. So, we can just have that there. To not worry about it for our flight. 250 looks good. And how long until we go over land? Because I do want to start up the supersonic climb any second now. Looks like we're going over land. We're actually about to go supersonic any second now. So I'll pretty much wait until we're like a little bit away from these islands, and we'll go supersonic. To not disturb any locals, it's really not good for them. The aircraft is rather loud, so that's just that. I would like to know why the simulator, like, it should be a lot louder, but it isn't. So, don't know. So, I guess for now, is there any person that lives here? Let's see. Any roads? There can't be any roads. We're still over land. It's just like a highway there. And I think the nearest civilization is whatever this city is, which is in... Don't know if it's called... I don't know if they have their own language, or they use, like, something like... what's something that people use? Oh, it's like what people use in the Middle East. It's like Arabic. It's the same. It's like Spanish. So you can have Spanish, but Spanish does vary depending on countries that you go to. So that's actually going to turn that off. We're about to start a supersonic climb. So get your supersonics in the chat. Cat was killed by someone. Oh my god, some guy's cat got killed. That's terrible. Emergency lines. We do not need that. Let's go over to that. Everything looks good for a supersonic climb. We should be about to go over land, over water. Actually, we still have some lights here, so I guess we'll wait to pass them. And let's actually do this real quick. Let's go ahead and bring up the joystick. Go ahead and let's actually go ahead and take manual control. I think it looks right around here. Okay, joystick and all. Okay, and we're going to set this around 50,000 feet, so it's actually going to set this... Okay, 80,000 feet. It doesn't matter. The aircraft is going to oscillate around those speeds. So reheat's off. This coming off. Give her some power. slowly. Uh, Max climb. There you go. Great, great, great. We're starting our supersonic climb. That's great. Aircraft should be climbing now. So pretty much all I have to do now is just monitor everything. So the moment it reaches like Mach 0.17, I have to pretty much turn off free heat, and and then the aircraft can accelerate to Mach 2 without that. And the way things are looking, I think this flight's gonna be longer. Like the moment I start having dinner, which I haven't had yet, which I should have, but it's a really, really difficult aircraft to fly. And we're arriving in 1 hour and 44 minutes. So it's really interesting flight, to be honest. It really is. Okay, there we go. Climbing so freaking fast. This is what happens when you fly the Concorde itself. But 80,000 feet, we're gonna set it to 60,000 for realism's sakes. I don't think Concorde ever went that high, but I'm getting hungry, so I'll be right back. Let's actually do a view, and yeah, let's actually go ahead and set this to bareback. Set this to SNAS, and let's actually set this to something a bit more moderately. Set this to okay, that works. So we'll set to 1900 Zulu. 000, and that should do the trick. So I'll be right back in the amount of time shown up here. So yeah, I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. So pretty much everything looks good. We're getting a nice little sunrise behind us. I'm not too certain if we're gonna get it while we land because so far the ETA is telling me around. Yeah, the the estimated time of arrival, it's telling me around ETA for today. It's telling me how long until we land. So it is 43 minutes until we land. So let's actually get the calculator out and we'll calculate our top percent using that. So say 60,000 feet. And then, okay, we have to divide that, not subtract that, 60,000 divided by 3,000, and that should give us our time. 20 minutes before landing, of course, it's the same thing. So wait for that timer to reach 20 minutes, so in around 30 minutes, not 20, yeah, 23 minutes, we're going to be landing. I still have some food left, so let me actually get rid of that. is that I'm pretty much going to follow whatever this river is. It's got a name. It's called the Adyar River, and then I'm gonna pretty much follow the entry point, and pretty much join the ILS. Hopefully visibility does work out. I'm not too certain about that since it is India. So we'll see. We will definitely see. Frames are looking absolutely terrible. Like it's not stable at all, and that's really something that I have to work on. So it's really going to be something that you guys can possibly expect from me fixed, hopefully in the future. Soon, trademark. Soon, trademark. Let me actually ping this guy, letting him know that his flight will be done. Maybe suggestions, South America tour chat. This guy, fly the Concorde to Antarctica. It really would be really good. Adequate cooling if we flew it there, because temperatures would be high and the engines are really hot. Really would be okay. Alright, flight looks good. Let me actually, because like if I pretty much decide to do something like that, it does really kind of, what do we do? What is a nice view? We'll do this. Does this look good? Okay, that looks great. I'll go back to this view. We'll go back into cockpit. Let's actually stop sharing my screen, because like, I'm not really sharing my screen, but I have this thing, and it pretty much makes the X-Plane look different. Like it's shaders, so RTX off, and then RTX off, RTX off, and then RTX on. You guys can see that the colors to become a lot more vibrant. It's definitely heavy modified XPLANE-11. That's possibly one of the other reasons why my simulator does struggle so much at times, but everything looks good. Let's actually try to tune over to a VOR if we can, at least a Chennai VOR. I'm 100% sure it might have a VOR, but I think we're actually too far for that. So, is there any VOR that we can tune over to? I'm 100% sure there isn't an airport on this island. There might be. It just looks rather small to have an airport, to be honest. Oh, there is. Just proved myself wrong at 115.7. Yeah, you can see that so there is a limit on that. So let's actually see. There can't be any islands. I know there's like something called North Sentinel Island around there, but we're not going there today, nor do I want to. 20 minutes until we land. Don't think it's 20 minutes. I think it's more or less 28. Where is it as? Yeah, I've got literally 8 minutes until we start our top of descent. So we're definitely getting there slowly but surely. Going back to 60,000 feet. Don't think we're gonna reach that today. So we'll definitely see how that goes. A reheat counter. We used it in a total of under 4 minutes and 37. There's like a limit on how much you can use reheat, or that thing that makes the engines glow red. Afterburners, those things. Reheat, afterburners, same thing. There is a limit. I think it's like a 15-minute limit, and we only use it for 4 minutes and 37 seconds. So that's great. And pretty much everything looks good. Let's actually go back here, verify that. What am I even verifying? So cabin pressure looks good. Cabin differential pressure looks equal. That's also great. Cabin altitude looks also good. It's not that high. System 1 altitude, that looks okay. Climate and everything. I think the temperature should be around here. You can see how the fuselage does get hotter when we go supersonic. So if that's 50 C and then that's 100, you guys can definitely see pretty much how hot the fuselage goes, because apparently if you let's do a comparison. So let's go right around here. Go down here, and I don't know, say that we were going to, I don't know, touch the window. What happens, like I've seen videos of people flying on the Concorde, is that the fuselage expands due to thermal heating and stuff. It's going back to the air does not have enough time to move out of the way. So stuff like that does happen. Temperature looks okay. I don't think that's implemented, because I remember testing this out last time, and the temperature needle here wouldn't move. So we're just going to leave that on auto for now. Forward cabin looks good. These are all as required, they're on. I think they're not like you can't modify these. Like I can't. Oh, you can. Shit! Please don't tell me I just killed the pressurization. That really wouldn't be ideal. Really wouldn't be ideal. But yeah, that's just sad. Hydraulics look in the green. You could take a look at the green, and I think the normal hydraulic pressure was like 3,000. It's like 3,000 for at least on the Neo, on the Airbus A320, and it shouldn't change. Looks good. What do we have now? So we've got the fuel. The engines are working rather hard, but as a matter of fact, let's actually check our fuel quantities just to verify that we are able to land. I don't think we are. We still need to burn around pretty much 6 tons of fuel. Actually, is it 6 tons? It's more or less like, yeah, 7 tons of fuel until we're we have to burn more than 7 tons to be safe for landing. But you know, everything looks good. Let's actually go over to the map. So I guess we could try to tune a VOR to at least use that. That's our the send reference and at least get those up and running. There they are. So I have CNI, which is 114.9er. Okay, 114.9er. That looks good. What ADF can we have? Is there an ADF that goes around the opening of the rover? And you have 2 of them. That's great. If you got 228, I don't know how to fly ADFs. I am more knowledgeable in flying VORs and stuff, so I really have zero clue. Set that to 228 because why not? 228, there's no point, so we're gonna set that to that. Nate Simulations, did you see the version 2 that Kalimata announced? Yes, sir, and welcome to stream. Hope all is well, my friend. Yeah, I saw the version 2. It looks really good. Textures look better, and they did add the option to pretty much do manual refueling. Like, it was already, I think, a function on the because like there's this modification for the default Concorde, and it's like a SIBO Concorde, where you can do refuel and stuff. Like, this is your refuel. You have fuel management, refuel, and everything automatic and stuff like that. And it wasn't implemented like in the default aircraft, which is the one I'm flying. It does not have that implemented, so it's really, really a nice announcement. But Nate Simulations, welcome. Really is an interesting aircraft. Am I muted? I'm hoping I'm not muted. Okay, that's great. But yeah, so far we've got around, how long until we land? So we've got 23 minutes until we land. As a matter of fact, we're actually about to start our descent, so let's go down to, what is it? We'll do 3,000 and we'll engage the thing to 3,000 feet per minute. 3,000, we should descend any second now. And you know, down we go. Let's actually slow down the speed to 350 knots. That's what we're doing. Auto throttle coming on, and cabin, please be advised that we are about to descend. So it's going at that. Yeah, it's something I've been looking forward. I can't wait to fly the new bird. Really, it's like the textures have been. Let me pull up the changelog so you know I can talk a lot easier. Okay, vertical speed, altitude acquired, and IS acquired. Down we go. So as I was saying, let's go and take a look at the changelog. So they are pretty much getting animated ram air turbines. So that's great if you have a lots of electrical power, automatic or manual fuel pumping system. That's what I was saying about. AviTab is also going to be implemented. That's also, honestly also great. Brake temperature calculation. That's also great. Fuel dumping. Okay, I didn't think this aircraft had the function to do that, but you know, we'll definitely try it out when version 2 comes out, which is going to possibly come out. I think it's going to be coming out this December. So you know, I think by then we wouldn't be flying the Concorde World Tour, since you know it's going to be school and stuff, and I'm going to have to go to school and stuff like that. But you know, everything looks good already. The send looks positive. Well, it's supposed to be negative since we're going down, we're not going up. But yeah, so far, how long until we land? Can I click this out? So 26 minutes until we land. I guess that's what happens when you engage sub send too early. But you know, it's definitely looking fine. We can actually go ahead and set the minimum to 200, which we already did. Brake fans are off for now. We don't need them at the moment since we're not landing, and I pretty much turned them off after departure. I'm also going to set the engine control schedule to approach. Let's actually run through the checklist once again, just to pretty much verify that we're not doing anything wrong. Let's go over to checklist. Takeoff mode, yeah, to noise about climb rate, yeah, accelerate to Mach 2, yeah, we did that. Mach 2 flight, descent, yeah, we're not decelerating, subsonic. Pro checklist, fuel term landing, yeah, we're too early for that, but the units and settings, we'll set it up in when we get closer. So, you know, that is definitely what we're going to be doing right now. Landing gear is not down. Fuel trim to descend. I'm not doing that because the fuel trim to descend, it pretty much starts oscillating the aircraft side to side, which, you know, it is really, really weird that it does that, and you know, I'd rather not do that. But yeah, sending soups, yeah, we're descending down to subsonic speeds. We're still going Mach 1. We're actually going Mach 0.135, yeah, right now. That works. We're going to set it to 350 IS, and that's currently our plan. But yeah, it's pretty much getting new improved, it's getting improved cockpit instruments, rounding, new cockpit lighting, ground effect. So they're going to improve the ground effect for smoother landings. That's great, because you have a delta wing and it pretty much gives you a lot of lift. Improved landing gear animation, improved visor. Wow. DME 1 and 2 plus ASA HSI shows decimals instead of okay, that's really, really great. Engineer gauges are dynamically animated, and external doors frames are now rounded. Okay, we have to take a look at some of the stuff that we currently have in this aircraft when we land. Of course, we're going to watch the replays. You know, landing, I cannot promise a good landing since it is a Concorde. You know, flying the Concorde is a I would say it's not that difficult. Like it's more or less knowing where things at, where the things are at. So, you know, the batteries are here. You've got like, your hydraulics there, air bleed, INS down here, and then fuel stuff here. But you know, what really is interesting. But you know, DME has been tuned way to capture that. We're not there yet. The arrival time is telling me 30 minutes until we land. I think I might have started my descent way too early. I'm just going off by whatever this model is, so I pretty much just decided to send 30 minutes before we land, and you know, hopefully we don't end up wasting too much fuel. Either way, I think if I go over to GUI, we can go over to aircraft doors and hatches. Yeah, we still have to burn 5 tons of. Yeah, we have to burn around. Yeah, we've got to burn like, damn it, 5.5 tons of fuel until we are safe to land. But you know, it really looks nice. Beautiful sunrise. Well, yeah, it's really nice. And yeah, there really isn't anything to see much around here. You know, it's great that we're flying over the ocean because you know we can go supersonic. And you know, over land we can't do that. So definitely there are pros and cons to aircraft and stuff. Next leg, let me actually take a look at the next leg because I know we're going to be flying to, I think, Nairobi after this one. Not today, of course, we might be streaming tomorrow. I will say that I want to stream tomorrow, even though that I never do because I've had the stream planned out in such a long time, which was to fly the 737 to do the island hopper with the 737, but, you know, we'll see. Where is it at? I wanted to Google something, but I probably forgot about it. What's it? Damn it, I forgot it. What was it? I was gonna Google. Oh yeah, Concorde flight plans. There you go. There's like this great website, and it pretty much tells you where all of the waypoints are, and you know it really helps you out. It really pretty much teaches you how to fly it extremely authentically. So you know you can go over to 1999 World Tour. We're flying this like at the moment. Well, we're flying this one actually, but you know the whole point is that we're taking a look at this, and of course we go over to. That's gotta have a strait. It's probably called the Strait of Sri Lanka or something like that. Okay, so the plan is that we pretty much apart, follow this, follow whatever this strait is. Almost go over Sri Lanka. I think we might actually, but yeah, and then we go from Sri Lanka and that's pretty much Indian Ocean until we reach Nairobi, and you know we are going to be going subsonic around here, since you know we're not allowed to go supersonic over land. But it looks good. Like we're definitely going to start our descent around here. That should give us enough time. And it looks good, really looks nice. I would rather go like straight instead of having to do this like turning stuff, but you know I guess we're gonna follow flight plan. I'm gonna go supersonic around here, so we're pretty much gonna be maintaining flight level 280 around here. And as a matter of fact, since I think yeah, Spark got that up and running, so you know we're definitely gonna brief that flight. For now, how long until we land? So we have got 31 minutes until we land, so 31 minutes. The timer keeps on going up and down. But I think we started to descend a little bit too early. I'm just going off by this technique that I gave myself. Like, there's possibly like top ascent points here. So, you know, from this and this, I'll start your descent. But it's not telling me here. So I guess I'll try to work out this thing. So let's go over to SimBrief. And we'll start working on new flight plan, which I'm definitely not going to use it today. I'm pretty much just going to have it there, so you know, I won't have to pretty much worry about stuff like that. So let's go over to departure, which is VOM. And Nairobi is HKMO. Is it HKJK? Okay. HJ. Okay. Okay. What is it again? Ah, short term. Oh no, it's already there, so I'm stupid. HKJK. Alright, and I messed it up. That's great. Pretty much everything looks good. The routing is similar, I would say, but it's definitely not tricking us around. It pretty much wants us flying over India, so it really is interesting. So let's get out the routing here, and then we'll see how well it goes for us. Let's go over, copy that. Go over to this. It's giving me way too many waypoints, so it's going to get that up and running. Go over to this, Halco. It looks like it's giving me the same routing, so let's actually go ahead and Control C, Control V that once again. And I believe that should do the trick. I think this flight is comparable to the New York one, and we're actually going to be flying to New York. Actually, we're going to be flying to New York. New York, not Newark. Oh my God, that's terrible. Okay, so we've got Acmil. Acmil is. Okay, we'll get that up and running. So and then we'll get rid of these. We're not flying any VS. I don't think you can enter VS in the CVINS, so you know we're not going to worry about that. We're going to enter some waypoints XO. And I think the routing so far looks good. Like, you know, we depart, go over from here, Akmil, Kevin, go over through this We pretty much almost fly over Sri Lanka. I think we might actually have flown. Yeah, that looks like Sri Lanka, so that's great. And then from there, we pretty much go ahead and go over to this waypoint, and then we do that. Right, pretty much our flight plan is okay. We have a bunch of waypoints here, so let me actually go over to get rid of some of these. So we don't need UG. We don't need this as well. We don't need. Okay, so it's MOV, NV, and there we go. So MV, we don't need MV. What's MV? Okay, then we can like pretty much get rid of that. You've got this one waypoint, so it's possibly not available because it probably got deleted. So it's good. We'll get rid of that, and pretty much I think that's our flight plan already. Pretty much going down whatever the strait is. I'm pretty much going a bit over the Indian Ocean. I think it's called the Arab Sea. I remember reading some. Yeah, it's called the Arabian Sea. There we go. And then we're gonna pretty much go straight, start a little turn, and then pretty much I guess we're gonna be flying over Mombasa. So that's great. There's a waypoint here that I'm definitely going to work out because it wants me to pretty much go fly over this airport, but we'll see. We will definitely see. Is it authentic to the actual thing? Not at all. Not at all, because it's pretty much flying over this, and then we started to send around here, so we'll definitely make sure to accelerate subsonic around here. So it looks like a good distance to start to descend. As a matter of fact, I should possibly be looking at the map. We've got around, how long until we land? So 33,000 feet. Yeah, we definitely ended up starting our top ascent. Top ascent was definitely a lot earlier than I was expecting. So going Mach 1, how long until we land? Yep, I guess that's just that. So we pretty much added 31 minutes because of that. We'll hold 280 for now. I guess we could realistically speaking go over to, what can we do? Let's set this to flight level 320. And then it should hold the altitude best as it can. It is a bit disappointing that the aircraft did end up doing stuff like that. Let's actually set the speed a little bit higher. So I guess we could try to go still, we'll still try to go supersonic, but you know, that's just that. Wait for that to accelerate, and then we'll wait for that to reach around Mach 1. The differences there are really not that noticeable, but you know, they definitely make a difference in minutes wise because it's telling me 31 minutes now. I definitely ended up starting my descent a little bit too early, but you know, stuff like that does occur sometimes. 102, 103, and wait for 105, and then we'll pretty much engage the Mach hold. Mach hold, perfect, that looks good. We'll hold flight level 320 for now. Aircraft is yelling at us. No worries, we'll go back to this view, and then pretty much that's the plan. That is screen the plan. Why is the thing yelling at me? Okay, let's go stop sharing my screen right now. But you know, the whole point about this is that you know I pretty much ended up starting my top ascent a bit too early. We're gonna wait for Idausa, and then we're gonna start our descent once again. So it's 120 nautical miles. So we're still going supersonic, but it should semi-stabilize. Like it's really right on the border. So if we really wanted to, we could pretty much climb up. But I love how detailed this is. Like you can literally zoom into this, and you can see that it's really two separate arrows. It really is so good, and there's space for it to go underneath it, which is normally how they would do it in the unlikely event that you oversweat the aircraft. But yeah, that's just that. I'm really sorry about really extending the stream a lot longer because I decided to send a little bit later, well, a little bit too early. But you know, we're definitely going to continue supersonic for now. The aircraft is definitely behaving itself. Flight level 320. We'll set it back to cruise. It's already set on cruise, so that's great. We've got 100 nautical miles until we how long until we reach that? 10.2 minutes until we reach that waypoint. I guess from there we could start descent once again. But you know, we'll definitely see that. We'll definitely see that. Alright, so far I think the aircraft is, yeah, it's stabilized around their flight level 320. We've got 10 minutes until we land. Um, let's actually direct to Chennai, shall we? Last waypoint, as far as I'm aware of, is waypoint number 7, so it's going to input waypoint 07. And what is it doing? 7. Well, okay, we'll direct to waypoint 06 instead. What have I done? I would like to know what I just did. Yeah, I pretty much ended up messing up my CBINA, so it's actually tried to turn once again. That is really unfortunate that I decided to do stuff like that, but it does bring into the matter that I do have to rework our waypoints, because if it's telling me 740 nautical miles, that's not accurate at all, since I can pretty much assure you that the entire flight is like, at least half of the flight is, it's like one, I don't know, it's like 1,000, yeah, whatever. But yeah, we'll go over to Milk Run, go over to Bangkok, Chennai, and then we'll get that up and running. We'll enter our waypoints once again, just to verify that stuff like that cannot happen once again. Over to waypoint number 1, and you know, I won't really do this, so let's go over to Chennai, which is north 12597, east 80105, and pretty much ready. Let's actually go ahead and direct to waypoint 01, and perfect, that's great. We'll go over to that and engage the INS navigation system, and that should have fixed stuff up. I'm glad I did that, because or else I would have pretty much directed to that after a specific waypoint, and you know, it really wouldn't have been good if it decided to bug out like that. But yeah, 273 nautical miles until we reach that. I think the waypoint up, I think the position does update here. That's great. That's great. Alright, distance and everything, 271, 25 minutes until we land. Wait for that. I would normally have waited for that to be around 20 minutes until we land and start descent, but we definitely started that way too early. We are still going supersonic, so you know, that's great. That is honestly quite great. We'll wait for that to reach our 100 nautical miles, and we'll start our descent once again. But you know, really, I'm sorry about that. But you know, stuff like that is bound to happen sometimes. But if it's 266 nautical miles and around 66 nautical miles, we will be pretty much in VOR distance. So I guess we could track that. I don't think you can just see how much you're away from it, and you know what to say. And then we have the ILS and everything, since we're gonna be doing an ILS approach with the Concorde. 109.7 right around here looks good. Glide slope and everything is not required. I don't think, like, what I normally do is that I set it to glide and VOR and localizer, and you know, the aircraft captures the localizer and does a great job on that. But the question is that how they normally do it? I have zero clue. I'm not a Concorde pilot, nor do I know a person that flies the Concorde. I just watch people flying the Concorde, and you know, that's pretty much. And sometimes I do read some documents. Not that they're that helpful, because I tried googling. Okay, what's the difference between the throttle master main and then alternate? There wasn't a, I guess, accurate them and an accurate, I guess, quote unquote, description of that. But you know, hopefully I'll pretty much try to find one, and then we'll be able to pretty much learn the Concorde, and you know, definitely fly it more realistically than what I'm doing right now. But yeah, it's just that. We could try to climb once again to a higher altitude so we can go a little bit faster, but I'm a little bit concerned, because realistically speaking, around this time this area is quite busy, so you really wouldn't want to go supersonic around these times, because you know, you don't have TCAS as far as I'm aware of. Like, we have this, but it's not functional, so yeah, that's just it. And we have lights here, so that's great. I never use these, really never. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the circuit that I've really never used. Like, you've got like that one mask there, oxygen mask, and then another one here. So it's great that, you know, the unlikely event that the cabin does fill up with smoke, you've got a mask there. I think there's a mask there as well, and then this one. So you know, um, don't know why they would have 4 people in the cockpit, since you know, all you need is pretty much a flight engineer. I guess some person could be working out the circuit breakers, which are not functional. I haven't seen a aircraft with functional circuit breakers as far as I am aware of. I think there was like a pay where Cessna that did have it, but you know, it's not as in detail as pretty much what some aircraft such as this can have. So 237, well, it's not actually accurate, but we've actually got 237 nautical miles until we land. I really don't know what to do now, because like, I guess we'll do a cabin tour, because why not? Cabin's right. It's really, really nothing special. It's not like, there's something that I do like about it, is that it's got like these little screens there, so it tells you your temperature, speed, and your Mach number, and then your altitude. Seats are a little bit okay. Like, realistically speaking, around these sides you would have like a bunch of magazines and flowers. Seats are nowhere accurate. Hopefully, they do remodel that. As far as I am aware of, the seats are really not that freaking shiny. Really so shiny. Seat designs are okay, but I'm definitely really looking forward to the update that might come out this December. You never know. That's great. I'll go over to this view and we'll go and take a look at the toilet. Toilet is, it's nothing special. Like, you've got a faucet here. Oh, can you use that? Okay, I think that opens up the door. Yeah, let's not do that because the click box is. I kind of messed up because if I go here and then I try to pretty much, I don't know, start pressing on stuff, it does press stuff in the cockpit. So let's actually not do that for today. Yeah, you have pretty much stuff here, so you can pretty much, don't know. It's a nice toilet. Yeah. Passenger cabin. It looks okay. Really looks nice. I'm just trying to kill some time because we've got 221 nautical miles until we reach land. Since I did end up starting my top ascent a little bit earlier than I should have. So it's set flight level 320 divided by 3,000 feet per minute. And it's only 10 minutes until we land, so it's actually going to verify that to make it a little bit more accurate. Go over to distance and track. So in 10 minutes we will be restarting our top ascent. So stand by for that. Alright, flight level 320, 200 miles until we go. Timer, we'll set a timer. You can see how it's slowing down there. So again, Mach 1, we're going to reduce that to 350 knots. When we do, in fact, officially start our top ascent, which should be in around 10 minutes. So, those 10 minutes, we will pretty much prepare the cabin to at least go down to 3,000. So, that's going to plan. I think the top ascent, the way it goes off is that it pretty much goes all the way down to like 0. So, if you go down to 3000, it does not have that accurately, so I guess that's fine, but definitely something that we have to look forward to. Well, look into, not forward to. But you have equipment, like, people say that Concorde is hard, but it isn't. It's more or less knowing where stuff is at, because, you've got your fuel stuff here. It's really interesting. Something I do not know is, okay, how do you manually refuel it? Because you have the way to automatically refuel it. The way you do it already is go to the menu, and then you pretty much load your fuel there, and you don't have the ability to manually input it. Not that there is a SimBrief profile for the aircraft, since it is an aircraft that has been pretty much decommissioned for I think over 20 years now. It's not 20 years. It's almost gonna be 20 years in like 2 years. But yeah, it's just flight level 320. How long until we land? Our flight's way longer than I would like. Alright, 17 minutes. I don't know if that's accurate. Oh, it is. Yo, it's freaking amazing. So now if I really wanted to, if I go over to waypoint, 125, yeah, it's not accurate. Rip. It did show me the distance and time, which is accurate, but it didn't show me that. But we can't set this to wind. Why is it, so it's 3.6 at 7.8. See, that's why I don't use this TB INS because it's so weird. I don't know if that's how it was on the actual Concorde. It just looks definitely a lot weirder than this format because you have stuff like 77, 36, and as a matter of fact, after I'm done streaming, I'm going to test out the hold feature on the Steva INS because I've never really used it, and let me try that out. Auto throttle, yeah, you can pretty much set it to whatever side. Right now it's on the captain side since we pretty much programmed everything right around here, and I think you can click on the EFP right around here and you can get it right around here, but I'm not sure about that. Flight panel ready. We should be approaching that any second now. I think we're going Mach 1, and I think for now we might actually miss our top ascent. I'm not descending yet. I'm pretty much trusting my gut on this one, even though last time I did, I pretty much ended up missing, yeah, pretty much what happened last time is that I'm still flying the aircraft, and that's what happens. There you go, we've captured the VOR, so if we really wanted to, we could track it to the airport instead of doing what we're doing at the moment. But, realistically speaking, we are really, like, if you really want to know, we're already directing the airport, and the airport waypoint is a VOR, so, it really does not matter as much. Let's actually go ahead and go over to, let's see, do we have any other VORs that can help us out? There's like that one ADF, so let's go over to maps and then try to get an ADF, so it's 228. But I have zero clue how those things work, so let's go over to 228. Yeah, looks good. Mach 1 looks good. Approaching Chennai. It's definitely going to be an interesting approach. Hopefully you do get a greaser. What just happened? The aircraft just decided to pretty much bang to the left, but I didn't add any rudder input, so stuff like that can happen, and it's a little bit disappointing because it can bring down the aircraft. 7 likes, guys. Thank you, thank you. Can we reach 10? Because 10 would be nice. Don't know. But yeah, tonight's coming into view. We've got 14 minutes until we land. Let's actually go and check this out once again. Distance is telling me 14.4 minutes. Perfect. The Volante is also telling me the accurate number, so that's also great. Yeah, I'm definitely 100% sure that the descent into Nairobi is definitely going to be starting around Mombasa, which is it looks like a port city. Yeah, you've got like the one airport there, lakes. Well, it's got a creek, and it does flow into the ocean. That's great. Oh hell yeah! I think we're actually going to be flying over the Kilimanjaro because I believe the Kilimanjaro is on the border with Tanzania and Kenya. That's great. Let's go ahead and take. Where's the Kilimanjaro at? I know it's around Tanzania and around the border. It's also the same thing with Mount Everest because I think it does border Bhutan. I don't know if that's a country. There's a lot of political unrest around that area. Um, but yeah, let's check this out. Let me open up maps. I want to know if the Kilimanjaro is actually on the border, or is it like in Tanzania? The Kilimanjaro. Oh, yeah, it's definitely on the border. Like it's in Tanzania, but you can see how some aspects it is on the other side. It looks so damn odd as a volcano. Because if I do share my screen, let me actually do another screen because I do not want to share my location by accident. It's personal stuff. You don't want to be sharing stuff around that. Not that I know that anybody's gonna do any bad stuff around that. But sim brief, come off. And now we'll actually open this up. Flight plan, everything looks set already. Um, Time till landing is. Let's actually get to see what INS here to at least tell us. We have it down around here, so we could pretty much monitor around there. So set this to time. Alright, 12.7 minutes until we land. So everything looks good. Let's go over to this view and yeah, I'll take a look at the Kilimanjaro since I think we are in fact going to be overflying that. So let's go over to this. There's the South America tour. I think we ended it here with no scenery, so it was a really interesting flight. I forgot to pretty much bring up the thing there, so it is pretty much where it is. And I think the airport we landed at was this one, but there wasn't any scenery, so we pretty much just ended up landing on grass. So it definitely is what it is. But we did have great scenery for Recife, and I really really liked it. Honestly, it really was a good scenery. I think Recife is rather. Yeah, it was. We were actually initially like we were gonna fly to Salvador, and there was I think a good scenery for there. But we ended up switching to Recife because Recife is more famous as far as I'm aware of. And it's definitely a lot closer. So it would have been a short hop from Recife all the way over to that. But let's actually check our Siva INS since we've got around 12 minutes until we land. Let's actually go over to this. Let's go over to Tanzania. Okay, that's Nairobi. Perfect. Yeah, you can really see how it's really right on the border. Like you can see that. Okay, yeah, it's only like how much is that? It's just something we can use for scale. So let's see. This village. Let's say that each one of this is 20 meters. It looks like it's yeah, it's definitely in there. So it is kind of on the border. I'm gonna call it that. And the volcano, it looks it's at the Kilimanjaro. Yeah, it is. Perfect. Knew it. Oh, and it tells you the elevation profile. That's great. It's a really odd volcano because normally, as far as I'm aware of, because there's this really circular volcano in New Zealand. It really blew me away because I ended up pretty much flying over there Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and I saw it and I was like, yeah, there's no way that it's that perfect. But in reality, it is. It's so damn good that it is. Like you have this little stuff pointing out, but it's so good that it does. It looks so satisfying to see this, but. Yeah, and I think the other one, which is the what's that one called? The freaking not the freaking yeah, that one, the Vesuvius, yeah, that one. It's also cylindrical. That's great. Vesuvius. Is it that? How cylindrical is it? Yeah, it's not as cylindrical as the other one, but you know, and you can see that some people do live here. I don't understand why you would want to live. I guess it is semi-active, but you know, you wouldn't want to live here because you know it's going to be a rather interesting time living there, but you know, it's actually going to reset the MCP altitude or whatever this altitude is. Set this to 3000, set that to also 3000. It's actually going to set this to 350. So in around, we'll give it just a second and we'll start our descent in just a second. Over to Valanta. Yeah, we've got 10 minutes. Let me see. Alright, so we'll set this to 350 and 3, 2, and actually we'll set this so pretty much 1, 2, and down we go again. I'll be right back. Gotta go use the restroom real quick. It's sickness and stuff. But yeah, I'll be right back. Aircraft should be descending. I'm hoping I wasn't mute because I just had an entire ramble around mountains and some guy that had a great freaking idea to live around there. And have we really had? So we've got. So we had 4, and then we had 3 from the. Okay, Cha was really not that active today, but I don't blame them. The flight was super short. It's honestly, I think, been one of my shortest streams because all of them range in between for like 3 hours to like 5 hours. And there was that one that we're going to do 8 hours, but you know, we're not going to do that. I always say that we're going to do it on Saturday, but I really haven't done it because you know it's streaming. It doesn't take that much time, but you know it's more or less it's time you could be doing other stuff. But you know, so if you just 9 minutes until we land, the standing looks good. I'll set the coordinates to yeah. We're not going to set it to standard now. We'll wait for that to around 20,000 feet. Minimum's 200. Looks good. Looks good. Um, Approach also looks good. Okay, we'll set to normal. Yeah, we're not there yet, so yeah, we'll set to approach since that's what we're doing already. Brake fans. It is a Concorde, so you know I'm definitely going to be braking extremely hard, so we'll turn it on. Pressure looks in the green. I love how they pretty much decide to color code this to be pretty much green. And you know, people normally don't care about this, but you can see how it was beveled, and you can see these edges there. Really looks, it looks okay. Like it's not like you're going to be pretty much looking at that the entire flight time, but you can definitely see that it could have definitely done a better job, but would have possibly taken up more polys, and you know, more polys equals lower FPS, but you know, it's just and there is a way, as far as I'm aware of, to at least increase, like at least pretty much look at high poly, but look at make it look at high poly, and also still keep some FPS. How does the engineer panel look from here? That looks nice. Oh, let's actually go into a cargo compartment because you know why the hell not? I think the landing gear base should be right around here. Is it? Oh no, that's a no. So, oh yeah, the landing gear base definitely far ahead, far behind because it's the Concorde. I forgot that. We'll go back here and it should be right around here. There it is. That looks nice. Right, passing 25,000 feet. Looks good. We'll get the QNH and weather information up and running. We've got 77 nautical miles until we reach that airport. I did want to go ahead and pretty much approach by that river, but the way things are looking, I don't think I'm going to do that. So let's actually try to tune into something like that. So we'll leave that around heading 300. Because I want to enter that and then do the ILS approach, but don't know. Have zero clue. Let's see where I can put airstrips. Okay, we'll get the ILS. Let's see. The ILS stuff is right around there, so realistically speaking, we could turn onto that and then pretty much enter that, but I don't know, because like, I do not have charts for this, so I can't really test out how far away we have to be from the airport to that. So let's actually go over to charts, VOM, VOM. Okay, there are airports, but okay, that's alert, but there aren't any, I guess, useful charts like ILS approaches and stuff. But we have Jefferson. This is definitely not legal because these charts are supposed to be copyrighted and stuff, so you know you can only access them if you have stuff like that. But you know, like Naviga, that's a thing. But you know, might as well. Yeah, it's only a star map. That's great. Is there a way that I can find the view plat? Okay, there we go. So it's 2007, so it's definitely really outdated, and it's pretty much from possibly a virtual airline. It's called Platinum Airways. That's great. So it's localized. Yeah, these charts are extremely old. Really are. Really are. So you've got the localizer runway 07, taking 25 for today. So it's runway 0525. That's localizer 07. What? Is it only for 07? Runway 25. Now, Chennai. Localizer runway 25. Alright, so this looks to me as if you pretty much have to be around 3000. So 3000 is pretty much our initial descent, so we're pretty much going to try to intercept that right around. We have the ILS here, which is 109.7 on the standby free instrument, so that's great. On the standby thing there, so you know we're definitely going to. That's at the actual normal one to 109.7, 109.7, and then we'll actually set this to the actual VOR, which is 114.9er. Perfect, that looks good. So pretty much I have the VOR there, so we've got 57 nautical miles until we reach passing that, so it's actually going to input some weather information into this. Current QNH is 1006, right around here, perfect. 1006, that works. We'll go over to, what do we got? I'll set this to 1006, perfect, that looks good. Don't think, like it's only this one and then this one. There's no like standby instrument here, which is, you know, honestly surprising for me, since I'm normally used to seeing at least on the Concorde like duplicates of stuff, but you know it's definitely interesting. Really is. Really is. But you never know. So 350 knots, aircraft is turbulent a little bit, you know, flying the friendly skies, but you know everything looks good for the approach. We'll also set the VOR to 250. Oh, it's actually perfect. That's great. Right, 250. Where do we go? So I set to 250, but realistically speaking, okay, 250. That works. Okay, perfect, 20 tons. Hopefully that did burn enough fuel for us to be able to safely land there at Chennai, so we'll definitely check that out. And perfect, we are definitely lower on fuel, so pretty much ready to go. QNH is also set 3,000 feet per minute, passing 7,000. We've got 48 nautical miles until we reach that airport. As a matter of fact, let's actually go ahead and try to tune into some stuff because I'm wanting to get on the ILS approach into this airport. So the way things are looking, I could pretty much deviate from my course around here, so I guess I could set something around. We'll do 285. 285 works. Set this radio navigation and track. There we go. And that should be okay for us. Like we're definitely going to enter it around here, and then we're going to be around 3,000 feet per minute. So, you know, small vectors here that we're doing, but it should get us on the glide slope. It's a little bit too fast. Let's go and set this to 2,000 feet per minute. We've still got quite a long time to go. Let's set this to 250. So, you know, pretty much approach set and set it to 250. Frames are also looking really good. Scenery is not inside, so you can see the beautiful Bay of Bengal down here. Looks really nice indeed. What's a nice screenshot? Okay, let's take a screenshot right around there. Perfect. Alright, pretty much everything looks good. 2,000 feet per minute. going down to 3,000. We've got around 41 nakamas until that, so you can see how that is decreasing. So we are in range of the localizer. So yeah, we're definitely gonna enter that around there, and we'll get closer, and then we'll pretty much just ensure to click on view R/localizer, and we'll get on the ILS. Will be really interesting. Like an ILS approach on Concorde, I've never really done that before. No, I have done it, but I haven't done it on stream. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, passing 1,000, we want to get a way of, like the way I want to do the approach is that, enter the glide slope and, we'll still be descending. So, it will, like the passengers won't notice that we ended up doing stuff like that. So 350 knots approaching that, let's go and set it to 250. Aircraft should slow down now. It should slow down. There we go, aircraft is slowing down. It looks good. We've got around, how long until we land? So it is looking like we are about to approach the ILS. So you can see how we enter the ILS right around here. So we'll definitely try to get on that. I'll vacate and we'll taxi to the international terminal, which I believe is, let's actually take a look at some charts just to verify that my information is correct. These are all sectionals, so let's actually go and take a look at, yeah, all of these are sits and stars. Oh, there we go, found one. Okay, so it's obstacle part, that is runway 07251. Okay, yeah, we'll just vacate on the nearest exit. Passing 10,000, QNH is at the standard speed is 250, even though we're actually about to bust the speed restriction. But yeah, I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move. I'm gonna bring out the joystick, and I'm going to go ahead and pretty much take control. And with that, I'm going to pretty much deploy some reversers so the aircraft can successfully slow down. But as a matter of fact, I don't think we're going to need them. Like, we're definitely busting the 250 under 10,000 rule, but, there has been cases that the ATC has told me to bust it, but, I think that's only in the United States of America. I don't know if that's a universal rule on nearly every single country, but, we'll see. We will see. Okay, reversers. That should deploy it. 250 knots. I think if we open up back the AVI tab, we should try to get the ILS DME thing here around here. So we'll definitely go really, really fast. Let's actually going to set this to visor. Perfect, that looks good. We'll actually go ahead and, what are we going to do? Alright, so the airport, as I said, yeah, we're doing an ILS approach because of this. Since the visibility is really not that good, we're also going to turn on some lights. Seatbelt signs are on, looks good, looks good. 250 knots, we will go and disconnect the reversers right around here. Perfect, perfect. The approach is looking good so far. We're a little bit high now, so let's actually try to reduce our ascend to around 3,000 feet per minute. Everything knows just a little bit more. Perfect. It already did it for me. That's great. Also set the fuel trim to landing. You can see the water down here. Great, great, great. And how long until we land? So the way things are looking is that we should enter it in just a second. I guess we could play around with this to at least reach 2,000 feet per minute. Since I do want to do that type of approach that the passengers don't even notice that we are pretty much on the ILS. But what's this? What the hell is that? Okay, perfect. ILS should come up any second now, so we're in range of it. So wait for that to get closer and closer. So pretty much engage VOR and localizer and glide, of course, in just a second. We're not there yet, so you can see how it's pretty much tuned around here. Let's actually go ahead and go over to this. Okay, everything looks good. So you can see how it's getting closer and closer. I can't see land. I can see water, but it's really, really low visibility around here. So we'll see. We will definitely see. So as you can see, the thing is getting closer and closer. So wait for that to reach around here, and then we'll engage the VOR/localizer mode on the autopilot, and then from there we're going to be landing the aircraft. We're not doing an auto land today, mostly because I do not know how to do it, nor do I think the system is that good. And Gold Flight Sim, welcome to the stream. Hope all is well. Flying the Concorde today, it really is an interesting aircraft to fly. But yeah, 3,000 feet, looks good. We'll turn over to VOR localizer. We don't need it at the moment. I'm just waiting for this to get closer and closer, which it is. Great, we're going to hold 250 knots for now. But yeah, Gold, welcome to the stream. Fuel's on site. We have water in sight. That's great. We'll actually set the fuel trim to landing in just a second. You can see how the aircraft is rather pitched up. So let us actually set the fuel trim to landing. Perfect. There's also something else that this aircraft does lack, which is fuel trim. Like, it does have fuel trim, but the way it's implemented is that it pretty much trims the fuel pretty much automatically. Well, it doesn't trim it automatically. It pretty much trims it instantly, which is, by no means realistic. Tim S, welcome to Stream of Polish, my friend. We're flying the Concorde today down to Chennai. And there it is. There is Chennai. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But yeah, Tim Gold, welcome to stream. Also, great progress on the 747 that you've been doing so far on the Sparky. That's just that. Okay, well, so we're getting there. We should capture it right around here, but we haven't. So I'm just waiting for this to get closer and closer, which it is. So we'll just wait for that to get give Concorde free now. Tell you what. What if we do a giveaway and we give away the Concorde? That really would be an interesting giveaway because we haven't had a giveaway in such a long time, and I think the maximum we went on a giveaway, it ended up being like I think it was like $45. Well, it wasn't like it was like $15 for giving away for like 3 times. So that's just that. So pretty much everything is set. Will engage VRs, localizer, and engage glide slope. That should pretty much get it done, and pretty much get your landing rate predictions in the chat. I cannot promise anything good, since it is a Concorde. It's Concorde. Aircraft is kind of difficult to fly, but definitely getting on the glide slope. We definitely missed it just by a bit, but I think we should be better now. Aircraft is in, the field's inside. The aircraft is ascending. That's great. Yeah, it's not inside. I think it's right in front of us. Where's the field? Where the hell is the field? I cannot see the field. That's terrible. Yep, release expected in August. The release of what? Is it the 747 or like the? Oh yeah, it hasn't been released. It's more or less like a work in progress. Like you guys keep on adding stuff. It's like the Seaboat. It's not finally released. Version 2 of the. I don't think like which one is it, the Concorde or is it the other one? Because I know they're gonna make it for like the Concorde, but as far as I am aware of, it's not for that. But gears coming down, looking good. Field's not in sight, at least for now. We've got 6 nautical miles until we land. This is why I said that we did turn on the visibility. Visibility is really, really. Is that India? Yeah, Chennai is in India. No, it's in Africa. I'm kidding. We don't have the field. Okay, there we go. Field's in sight. The Sparky 747. Well, isn't that because like I know they're releasing enough stuff. Like you've got the MD-11 coming out in October, and you've got the Tolis coming out in December. The Tolis and the MD-11 they're not coming out there, but just saying that as a general pretty much analysis. But fields inside, glide slope is captured, which is great. Gears down, nose coming down, fuel trim looks good. Frames are also dying, but is expected from this aircraft. Glide slope is captured. Really, really isn't looking like a good approach. Frames are absolutely terrible, but we've got the glide slope. Really looks nice. Really does look nice. 200 knots will take manual control in just a second. The way frames are looking, that explains the fog. It's a pollution. Yeah, really is. That's why I wanted to do a nihilist approach. There's no way I'm doing a visual here. Like, I couldn't see the airport. But, it's just that. Auto throttle. Coming off. Manual control. Autopilot off. Good, good, good. Okay, pretty much taking manual control. There's no heads-up display on this. I'll read the chat in just a second because I know Tim just published something, but I can't really read that since there really isn't. I can't take a look at that because I'm landing a Concorde right now. So let's go and get this. So get your landing rate predictions. Oh my god, I freaking can't talk sometimes. I'll get your landing rate predictions in the chat since we're about to land here in Chennai. Minimums continue. Nice PowerPoint presentation. 1 FPS. Wow. Really nice joke. Really not proud of this approach. We'll definitely try to land her, but I cannot guarantee a good landing at all. 30, retard. Come on, butter, don't float. Come on, aircraft, you can do it. You can do it, plane. Yeah, I'll definitely take that landing. It definitely has been better landings that we've gotten. But, welcome to freaking Chennai, where the current local time is, don't know what the current local time is, but, welcome to Chennai. Definitely going to apply the brakes right around here. We're going to take the next vacation around here. So, let's go and deploy the brakes. Reversers are out. We didn't really bother with the reverses, but, welcome to Chennai. Get some lights off. We don't need them anymore. And, welcome to Chennai. Alright. We're going to be taking the left here, and then we're going to taxi to the gate. Really, really sorry about the frames. The frames should be back around here, but what a slideshow. Yeah, really is a slideshow. It shows the frames that we're getting here. Definitely something I do have to work on, but yeah, it's just that. So we'll park the aircraft right around here. Hold on the brakes so we don't overturn, which is something that has been happening to me rather often. But that's just how we'll turn these off. 1, 2, 3. We'll leave no sound since we're gonna be doing replay mode. But yeah. Where shall we park? Yeah, we'll park the aircraft right around here. Hell, we'll park it right around there. I don't know where they actually parked in real life, but we are going to go and park it right around here. I think frames have been behaving themselves now, so that's great. I'll actually go and park it right around here in the old terminal just to be more realistic. It's really like 1 frame per second. Yeah, I know. It's definitely something that I'm gonna pull a Ferrari. I'm gonna say, yeah, we're looking into it. You know, Ferrari doing Formula One and stuff. But okay, we'll try to get the center line right around here. So that's great. Center line, perfect. We'll try to hold down the brakes any second now. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. Give her some more power. It's 2 meters. You know, it really is more than feet. So you know, hold down brakes any second now and stop. And let's go and bring down the parking brake. Parking brake is set, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chennai, where the current local time is... What's the current local time? 6:13 a.m. We're going to hop into replays in just a second, so let's go and hop into replay mode. It's a really interesting flight, of course. He's going to smash it as always. Alright, whatever. We're going to go and click on that and fly to Volanta, since I use Volanta to track my flight. Nice brake check. Yeah, really was an interesting landing. So it's actually going to close course and close a bunch of stuff, since we're actually going to hop into replays right around here. Okay, go with the calculator and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm closing some tabs so we can possibly get smoother frames when we do hop into replays, which you know, really, Gold, you should stream once again, because I know you have like a NASA PC there. So that's just that. All right, Volanta's off, and pretty much ready to go. All right, replays. Let's get it. We'll do this view. What is the view we can do? We will do this view. This tells you how terrible the visibility is. Like, alright, you guys should be able to take a look at it now. Hopefully the stream is not lagging. And of course it is. Of course it is. Stream's lagging, of course. What was this? I'm sorry that just happened, because, you know, that does, in fact, kind of produce some epilepsy. So let's actually go back to this. And, okay, we'll do this instead. Damn you, tower view. But, yeah, we'll do this for now. CPU is like absolutely out of it, because the XPLANE is taking 60% out of it, and I think it's like 30% out of... Yeah, frames are honestly terrible. Really do take full accountability for that, but hopefully we do watch the replay with good frame rates. You never know. What if I close Discord? Discord should be the reason why my frames are so damn terrible. Discord, goodbye. It looks really nice. I forgot to set into replay mode, so let's actually go over to replay mode, and that should do the trick. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Okay, it's perfect. Great, great. Really was an interesting approach with the Concorde. Really was. ILS approach, of course. Really was honestly rather interesting. Time to fly the new Max. Hell, I'll join you on it. Do you want to fly from Fort Lauderdale all the way over to San Juan? It's a relatively short flight, but you know, it would be great if I could get some person to fly along. But yeah, it was a really interesting of a landing. Definitely better than what I've gotten before. But you'll take it any day of the week. Really was a nice flare and all, so you know, really I'm gonna take that. What is the view that we can do? Because like I need to set up the new thumbnails, and I have to pretty much just verify that everything works. So let me actually do this. We'll do this as our new view. Perfect. Typical. Maybe I can do 2 flights. Current doing midway to Cleveland. Ah, yeah, there's no way I can fly up, because my aircraft is in Fort Lauderdale, so I can't really fly it all the way up there. But you know, we'll see. We will definitely see. We'll do. What's a view we can do? We will do. Yeah, we'll do this one. Our frames back? Yeah, the frames are dying. So let me actually hold this down, and I guess from now, the frames should hopefully come back. It's just like my simulator, it's actually getting good frames. I think it might have been a, because like if I pretty much continue replays, it's definitely internet. Like it's definitely internet. It's not my computer, even though my computer is really working hard. Yeah, it's definitely my internet provider, but that's just right. Really was an interesting project, I have to be honest. Really loved it. Really was an interesting landing here tonight. And you know, I'll catch you guys next time, since we're going to be flying the Concorde once again in 1 week. And you know, it's just that. And we didn't get an engine strike, which is also a plus, since those are really, really common on the Concorde. There was a little bounce to that, but I'll definitely take that. Are you using the NVENC or CPU to encode? Let me check. Let me check for you. Output. I am using the hardware NVENC to encode. Like my graphics card, it never works. Like it can literally be. My graphics card is literally right on. Okay, it's on 53%, but you know, you got the point. It's not working as hard as my CPU. Yeah, I use the NVENC new. That's the one I use. But yeah, it's just that. We'll actually do one final replay. What is the final replay we can do? We'll do this one. We'll do Telview, because why not? Definitely was a really interesting approach. Like, we'll actually do this instead. We really should show you a good perspective of the landing and all, like the entire flare motion and everything. It was okay. You can see how we did have a slight bounce, and then you know the aircraft, because of ground effect, it tends to want to go once. It wants to go up again, and sometimes that can cause a tail strike. Concorde is weird. It doesn't always show up in the task manager. It does. Like, you have to scroll down, and then you'll find it, as far as I am aware of. Really was an interesting trip. Let's actually do one final replay. Frames are back. So let me actually go ahead and hop into the replays once again. So I guess you guys could take a look at the replays once again. Hopefully the frames do not die once again. We'll do this one for now. Just so you guys can pretty much take a look at the flare and everything. It really was an interesting landing and all. And the frames are dying once again, but you know, I'll definitely take that any day of the week. I think it's been like 5 minutes of replays already. We'll actually go and leave it at this, and we'll pretty much bring up the thank you for watching screen. So let's go and set this like this, and let's actually go and do this for now. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday, I guess. And yeah, see you guys on Monday. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day. And yeah, see y'all.